AZRIEL, I would go to Robert's sentencing. I would stand before Judge Ann Donnelly and I would tell the truth. I would talk about how they got with Robert, how she lied about her age, how her and her mother had worked to prompt her on how to get him, and talk about how she supported him up until December of 2019 when she went to Las Vegas and went to Larry McGee's house, and tell every single thing that Larry McGee said and did. Phone records, emails, text messages, the entire thing. The last week of December, the first week of January. If AZRIEL does not go first and tell the judge, Larry's going to tell. Larry's going to throw AZRIEL and Angelo under the bus, and he's going to come out victorious because he'll be a federal informant against them as well. This case is already being investigated in terms of the emails being illegally seized at MCC. The FBI are already looking into the ex-employee, the female prison guard that sent them to Tasha K. And now Robert's lawyers are on top of this additional information, adding that to what the FBI looks into. So it's paint by numbers. Everybody did videos. Everybody's confessing. Tasha K is going to tell it all. She's going to show her emails, who she sent things to. And they're going to just follow the yellow brick road to everybody. It is going to look as if Angelo, Larry, and AZRIEL all conspired together. But AZRIEL is in the position to go to Judge Ann Donnelly, go to the sentencing, and tell the truth. And in so doing, she will get leniency from the judge, and she will get the least repercussions from this. If she doesn't, Larry McGee is going to throw her under the bus, and she will get severe repercussions, her and her father, because they are going to look at who benefited. All three benefited in some way, shape, or form. So it's a matter of who cooperates with the feds. And Larry McGee has already done that on 2 separate occasions. He will do anything to save his own ass. He's going to say Angelo made him do that. Angelo wanted this done. Him and his daughter wanted to be famous and make money. They used him. That's going to be Larry McGee's story. AZRIEL needs to do a preemptive move and go to Robert's sentencing, contact Judge Ann Donnelly, speak to the judge directly, talk to her lawyer, and tell the truth. Put the truth out there. Because in this case, the truth is the best medicine. If you tell the truth that you were coerced into being a Jane Doe, you were coerced into being an informant for the FBI, all of that was coercion at the behest of Larry McGee, which it was. You have the evidence to support it. The judge will give complete leniency, and there will be minimal repercussions. If AZRIEL Clary does not do that, the FBI probe is going to find all of the people that got that illegal contraband complicit. Angelo will be complicit. Larry will be complicit. Tim Savage will be complicit. And all of them are going to have legal repercussions for A, being in possession of the illegal contraband, but then passing it to people and trying to influence the outcome of the trial by coercing, manipulating, and brainwashing witnesses. Everybody's guilty. Everybody has their hands dirty. AZRIEL is the only one sitting in a position to save herself. I've already sent everything to Robert, everything to Bonjean, everything to every legal body that needs it. And I was very thorough, very detailed oriented, and gave plenty of video footage that's on my channels but unlisted, and you can't see it, so you don't know what I specifically sent to them, because I would not make that for the general public. So it's already in the hands of everyone that needs it. It's already being investigated, and it's who will get to the feds first, who's going to tell first, who's going to cooperate first, and who's going to give the most compelling information. AZRIEL is sitting in the best position to do that. And Angelo, if you're any parts of a man, any parts of a father, you will encourage her to do that and save herself, because she has the ability to have the most leniency and the least repercussions if she speaks up first, cooperates fully, tells the truth, and talks about in great detail specifically what Larry did while she was at his house. She will easily get out of this. Goes to the hearing and tells the judge everything, she will get the least amount of repercussions and the greatest amount of leniency. If she doesn't, Larry McGee is going to beat her to the punch, and he's going to get the greatest amount of leniency and minimal repercussions, because he will throw Tim Savage, AZRIEL Clary, Angelo Clary under the bus, when I know and everyone knows Larry was the brains of the operation. Tim Savage and Angelo can't think their way through anything. So Larry was the brains of the operation, just like he was the brains behind the bank defrauding that he did with his two co-conspirators. And he threw them under the bus. He was the brains of that 1.6 million and the identity theft. But because he snitched and told first, and he told me, he ran to the feds. He went there and volunteered to give them whatever they wanted on his two partners. And that's why today he's only serving 15 months for his crimes. 15 months. He was doing 8 years. All of the co-conspirators, his criminal enterprise, they all got 6 to 8 years. He did 15 months. He'll be out in September. He went in around Juneteenth, and then he will be out September 20th or somewhere around there. So he got 15 months, and he was the brains of the operation. He's the one that did the identity theft. He's the one that put the entire scheme together. He will do the same with Angelo and AZRIEL and Tim Savage. Everybody had the illegal correspondence. Everybody was looking at the illegal correspondence, and everybody was using it for their own purposes. The difference is AZRIEL was the one they were using it to manipulate, and she's the one in a position that if she goes to the sentencing and tells Judge Ann Donnelly, she will get the greatest amount of leniency. Larry McGee was a part of a criminal enterprise with Adam Marina and Dwayne Modaliste in their defrauding of a bank of $1.6 million. Larry McGee appeared to be the brains of the operation, the person that put everything together, since he was the one that provided credit card account numbers for two incarcerated individuals that he stole their identity. So he seemed to be the one that put everything together. But in his co-conspiracy, he rolled over on Adam Marina and Dwayne Modalise. He was the first to run to the feds. He was the first to take a plea deal because he didn't want to do time. If I were AZRIEL, I would go to that sentencing and tell the truth and talk about how Larry McGee was the puppeteer, the manipulator behind all of this. If I were Angelo Clary, I would encourage her to do that, to save herself. And if I were Angelo, I'd cooperate as well, so that he got the least amount of repercussions as well. Larry McGee was the brains behind this. Angelo, you don't have the sense God gave a lizard, so you could not have come up with this. Tim Savage does not have the sense God gave a lizard. He couldn't come up with it. And AZRIEL was oblivious to all of this. Tell and save yourself.